Hi everybody. So today I'm going to take you through what I consider to be a top up for my most beautiful sacred water. How did it start? Well, a long time ago, for some reason, somebody gave me a little bottle. It's actually up there, a little bottle of water. And I found it strange. It had a picture of, it looked like Mother Mary. And I said to my friend, Cecilia, what's this? And she said, I've just come back from, I think it was somewhere like, I think may have been Fatima, somewhere like that in Portugal. And she said, and I just felt I needed to bring you this water. And I went, oh, okay, thank you so much. I wasn't religious. I didn't really know what I was going to do with this water. But I put it in my room on one of my shelves. A few weeks later went by and a lady walked through the door in terrible stress. Let's say, I'm not going to tell you how bad it was, but there was a lot of screaming. Anyway, I brought her upstairs and I knew there were no words that could calm this lady down, only healing. So quickly took her coat off. She was Spanish. I laid her down on the bed and started doing some healing on this lady. It was evident that this was no healing session, what we call normal. This was something on a different level. This was the first time I've ever really experienced something so different. So basically what I started to see was things were happening with this lady which wasn't in her control. So the throat section and the stomach section, while I was sat down, I could see when I'm sat down with my hands on her head to give her healing, I could see the throat side, and as I turned I could see the top of her throat, and there was actually movement. She was making sounds, she was groaning and saying some strange things. And then I looked closely at her stomach, and her stomach was getting bigger and it was moving from side to side slowly. It was very strange. I got up after about 15 minutes of this woman groaning and making lots of noise. And her level of suffering when I went to her heart and her stomach increased 50%. At this point, she started arching her back, and what would look like she was levitating, but she wasn't. The back moved up, and you were like, whoa. And at one point I thought, is she levitating? Is this? It reminded me at that point of Exorcist, because what I was hearing from coming out of her mouth was like, it was quite heavy. I never encountered anything so strange. However, it was like I just took it in my pace, and I knew that the healing was working. And all I recall saying in my native tongue was, darkness cannot stay where light is given. And I was repeating this truth that was coming from me. And about an hour went by, and she was getting progressively worse, and her body was doing some strange things, like a contortionist. It was weird, but I ignored it. My intuition says, just continue. What you're doing is working. And then the strangest thing happened to me, and this has happened before. but not, this was the first time, but it has happened after that time. And that was my my whole body being pushed. So from, with my eyes closed, saying what I believe was as a healing prayer, next I'm being pushed. And as I went back, I lost my footing and turned and looked at the shelf with all my crystals and oils. And my eyes caught sight of Cecilia's bottle. And all I could see is that bottle. And my head said, well, there must be something in this. And I thought, this is too weird. This is like The Exorcist. So I took the bottle, I opened it and held it in my hand and said a prayer and poured it all over this lady's throat. In Spanish, she was saying these words, which later I found out was burning. It's burning. Wasn't burning. I didn't hear no tss or anything like that, but she was repeating it was burning. Poured it over her forehead, and then I put the bottle down and continued doing the healing. You can imagine at the same time there were thoughts going through my mind, but I was trying to clear them and concentrate on the light. After about 2 hours, all of a sudden the lady went into a deep, I could only say the word peace. And another 15 minutes went by and she was asleep, and then I didn't feel anything negative after that. So whatever it was, negative energy, whatever attachment, whatever you might think it may have been, has gone. It's disappeared. The lady eventually opened her eyes and started crying, and we both hugged, and she wanted to talk to me, and I said, no, it's okay, it's over, it's done. Give me a cuddle, you'll never have to worry about this again. And she took them words on board. She never said anything, and she left. And that was that. I think it was that point when I realised that there is something in blessed water. And it was at that moment when I realised that one of my tools in my tool bag over there, which I showed you a while ago, I would always then bring this water. This water always stayed with me, and what I always did was when I got down to halfway full, you would say half empty, I would fill it back up with water. But I found myself going to different places, and one of the places I went to when I was doing my work was Barcelona. And there was one place I particularly loved in Barcelona, and it's called Tibidabo. And after I finished the healing sessions, I would go up there to heal. And there's a big cathedral there. And I like churches, all churches. There's just, they knew where the ley lines were. That's why churches are built at certain strategic points of ley lines, of good energy points. And a lot of the times, if you probably don't, you might know this, but if you ever go into a big church cathedral and there's a dome above you, just stand under it or get yourself as close to the altar as possible, because they normally work from above and so below. And it's quite incredible. Anyway, while I was there, I had this urge to get some blessed water from Tibidabo. And I went to the lady and she said, I'm sorry, we don't have any, we don't sell it. And I said, oh, what a shame. And that was no problem. I went and sat down and just basked in the energy of Mother Earth and the sky. And as I did that, and I was saying my prayers of healing for that day and being thankful, I got a tap on the shoulder, and this priest handed me a bottle of blessed water, and I was so thankful. Now, bear in mind, I'm not religious, but I do believe in good people, and I do believe in holy water, blessed water. From there, I started going to different places where I found special waters all over the world. So I ended up in Bali, working in Bali, and there is a certain place in Bali where one of the gods, as it was said, needed to produce water for the island, and they used their rod, their magical rod, and stuck it into the ground, and then springs appeared. So there's holy water there, which I took. Whilst I giving healing sessions where I'm ever in circle or wherever I do retreats, people heard about my work, and I used to talk about this blessed water, and I used it often, more often than not after a healing session, just to finish off. And people used to, so kind, bring me water from parts of the world where the water was known to be holy. And to this day, I receive blessed water from kind, caring people. So what you're seeing here next to me is 20 years old water, because whenever it runs down, I fill it back up with healed, blessed spring water. So today is no exception. So today I received, a few days ago, these 2 jars. I've opened them up, and I'm going to now add these blessed holy water from certain parts of the world. So this one is from Golden, and that is America, Colorado. So I'm very thankful. This is from Jenny. So I am extremely thankful, Jenny. And apparently it's very blessed healing water. Now, I have spent about, I don't know, maybe an hour putting my hands on it and giving good energy and helping the energy of this. So basically this is ready to go straight in to this water, as we will do together. Beautiful. And one more from a beautiful lady. This is from Castel Petroso. I hope I've said that right. So thank you. This is from Italy. Another very special place, apparently. I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm sure it is. Feels absolutely amazing. Feels amazing. Thank you so much. I think this lady is called Anna. I can't remember. There was 2 sisters who sent it, so I think one's Anna and I can't remember the other lady, but thank you so much. You know who you are. So this is the water that I work on. Lemon House is the company that now bottles and sells all over the world. One thing I do say to people is that when you buy this, transfer half into a bottle like this, and then with spring water, bless it yourself before you add the extra in. So this is how I would do it. Into here half, spring water, fill them both up again. Every time they get down to halfway, fill them up again with spring water. So here's a bottle. And now with the new water, top. It's done. And there you have it. Sacred mist from all the corners of the world. There is over, I would say now, at least 80, 90 different parts of the world, whether it's Serbia, Croatia, whether it's India, the very point where the Ganges start. All of those waters are in here. They are blessed every week by my hands on the side, as I do with all my oils. And I've got to say, at every time I do a healing session, before and after, I always use the blessed water. Always. It's a lifesaver for me. It makes a massive difference in the cleansing of negative energy. If I ever go out and it's a heavy place, if I go to, I don't know, a shopping centre or somewhere where, it's filled with a lot of negativity, I spray myself before and after. So it's used and it's vital. And it's part of all my crystals, it's part of all my oils and incense. It is part of my shamanic tool set that I use. I don't use many things, but this is one of them. So I wanted to show you what I do, and I wanted to show you what I do with it when you send me the waters. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And it does go to good use, and people get so much from it. Healers absolutely love it. So yeah, it's only available at Lemon House. They sell it. I don't make a single cent on it because I do it out of love, and I wanted to support Lemon House because their projects and what they're doing and how they help me with my book and how they help other people. I wanted to give back, and that's why they've got a big collection of my crystals as well, and they're the only ones that distribute the sacred water. And that's it. I wanted to share that with you, and here it is. This is it. It's beautiful, eh? You want to try it? You can already feel the lightness of your body as soon as it happens. I normally get a headache when I spray because it's clearing the headache, and I've just got it a little bit at the front, but it wasn't too much this time. What it does is instantly clear the negativity away from around your aura and inside too, because it touches your skin, and it's incredible. And the story that I spoke about of the blessed water is in Diary of an Accidental Psychic. So you can read it in there now. You can actually see the water, what I used. It's a great story, and it is a true story, and I'd like to end this video with you by saying, look guys, Hollywood has always been about dramatics. When the film came out, The Exorcist, you would see a girl's head spinning round, vomit, the body lifting off the bed. All of these things were dramatically, almost to 100% exaggerated. So yes, these things do happen. Words that came out of the mouth of this lady were very unusual. Yes, the lifting of the body, which if I was to exaggerate it would be elevating. The movement of the body, of the head spinning from side to side, screaming, yes. But if you exaggerate that all, then you get Hollywood version of nonsense. When in actual fact, it's very easy to heal and cleanse somebody from attachment. You've just got to trust in the work and lay your hands on them and it will clear. There is no time or space, so you don't rush and you don't think about it. You just lay your hands with love on them and repeat the words. Darkness cannot stay where light is given. And it's that simple. And from that moment on, when I did the first one, I did many more after that. And it's funny, when Spirit knows you're ready, then they always bring the people who are in that experience. I hope you enjoyed this today, guys. It is beautiful. I love it. And if you do support Lemon House, I am very thankful. But please listen to me. When you get the bottle, don't get excited and forget. Go and buy another bottle and fill half into here, and then spring water, a nice big bottle of spring water, so you never run out. So you only need to buy it once. And you can share it with your friends too, because there's no such thing as diluting it. One single drop from here creates that water. Remember, the power of water and blessed water is absolutely phenomenal. And if you can't afford this water, then create your own. And how you create it is by putting your love into it when you are at the most happiest, strongest and most powerful mind, body and spirit. And you sit and meditate with it, maybe 15, 20 hours. Just keep meditating with that single bottle for 20 hours, 30 hours. And keep, every time you feel good, meditate, feel happy, hold it and send your love into there. And eventually it will be blessed by you. And you are as powerful as anybody else in this world. So please don't ever look at other people as if they're more powerful than you. The only difference between this and you working on it is that they've been brought from different parts of the world. Lots of different blessed waters. And that's what I found fascinating. It wasn't a sales pitch. I did it for me because it felt right. And has it worked for me? Yes. If you've seen any of my videos, lives, you'll see I always work with it. I've got bottles up here. I've got bottles and bottles. I kid you not. I kid you not. I have bottles and bottles of it. Why? Because I know it's fantastic. And I always use it. Always. So if you do go to Lemon House, I'll put the link below. Send them a beautiful message and say to them, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. They are doing some great work. I mean some great work. All right, guys, love you all. There you go. Little workshop over. Have a great day, guys. Love you all.